Hello, folks. Today I'm going to talk about the drama in Saudi Arabia between WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson and the challenger Floyd Schofield. That fight has been canceled because Floyd Schofield checked himself into the hospital because he believed he was poisoned. So the five-member of the British Board of Boxing decided to remove him from that fight and get a replacement. I'm going to talk about the Schofields. The Schofields last month did not show up at the press conference in London to promote the fight. And during that time, Shakur Stevenson mentioned that he's been training for 7 months. He's in tip-top shape, and he's ready to go. He's been sparring with Andre Ward, and he also has been sparring with Sean Porter. And he mentioned that he hoped Kit Schofield show up for the fight. This is the same Schofields that's been complaining all throughout the promotion of this fight. The Schofield mentioned that somebody flattened their car tire 5 times, 5 different occasions. The Schofield also mentioned that somebody planted drugs in their car. The Schofield also mentioned somebody stole their passport. And the Schofield also mentioned that there was a snitch in their camp and they had to remove that snitch. These are the same Schofield that mentioned that a massage therapist from the Shakur Stevenson's camp put cream on Kit Schofield's arm. And they tweeted that they tried to poison his son, and I believe he mentioned Shakur Stevenson and Snack. Since then, that tweet has been deleted because Shakur Stevenson's people threatened a lawsuit for slandering him. So, in return, Father Schofield mentioned that Shakur Stevenson is a great guy on another tweet. This is like a spy movie. There's a lot of drama to this. And I believe that Floyd Schofield Jr. got scared and decided not to fight. He realized he's not going to be able to beat Shakur Stevenson. A while back, he's been calling out Shakur Stevenson. Floyd Schofield is promoted by Golden Boy Promotion, Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya mentioned to the Schofields not to take this fight, that they're not ready for Shakur Stevenson, that they got plans for him. And Oscar De La Hoya kept telling them, do not bother with that fight. You're not ready for Shakur Stevenson. We got plans for you. You need to get a lot of rounds in and a lot of other fights to build yourself up. But then you could compete with Shakur Stevenson and all the other guys in a few years. But Schofield Sr. mentioned that his son is ready for that fight. And he kept insisting. Even after Oscar De La Hoya and everybody on board mentioned, don't take that fight. You don't have a chance against Shakur Stevenson. So, Kid Austin, at the last minute, he pulled out. And don't forget, William Cepeda is supposed to fight Shakur Stevenson a while back. William Cepeda is an Oscar De La Hoya fighter. He pulled out at the last minute too against Shakur Stevenson. So there's a lot going on that we don't know of. In the meantime, Floyd Schofield, they discharged him from the hospital a day later. And they mentioned that he looks like he's in excellent shape, that he was ready to fight. He mentioned, I'm ready to fight. He thought the fight was going to continue. So I don't know what's going on in the Schofield camp. Maybe it's the father, maybe it's the son, but they just blew $1 million payday fighting in Saudi Arabia. which to me is just plain dumb. $1 million. If they would have fought Shakur Stevenson, even if they would have lost, as long as they would have put a good effort in the fight, guess who would have called them back? Turkey Al-Sheikh. But now they don't have an opponent. They're not fighting. They lost $1 million, and all the credibility went out the window with Turkey Al-Sheikh and Golden Boy Promotion. And Oscar De La Hoya mentioned that Schofield's a young kid, 22 years old. That he's young. He's not ready. So Oscar De La Hoya is trying to save face for the Schofields. But I believe that the Schofields, that's their reputation. And other fights, the Schofields did show up late for the press conference. So I believe this is their way of doing business, and it's not a good way. I believe the Schofield need to grow up, the father and the son, and concentrate on boxing. Maybe they were trying to put a name for themselves without fighting. And look what happened. Now everybody's ridiculing them on YouTube. And guess what? What the Schofields did, that's going to follow them for the rest of their life. Everybody's going to laugh at them. If the future opponents, that's what they're going to bring up. Don't quit. Don't make excuses. Make sure you come to the fight. Bring your cream if you need cream to put on your arm, and man up. That's what all the other opponents are going to say to the Schofields when it's fight time. If they get fights, because their credibility is out the window. A lot of promoters might not want to take chances on Kid Schofield because he might not show up. And you have to understand this. Shakur Stevenson and the Schofield, they spend a lot of money on these sparring partners. It costs a lot of money for these camps. You have to have sparring partners. You have to go through a routine. You have to do what you have to do to get ready for a fight. It costs money. And the same for the promoters. The promoters are losing money. So if Schofield doesn't show up for a fight. And that's not right. So his credibility is out the window. He's going to have to start right from the bottom. And if a promoter do take a chance with Floyd Schofield, such as his promoter, Golden Boy, or Bob Arum, or anybody else, it's just to use him. They're going to use him as an opponent just to get beat up. He has to build that credibility up. The promoters are losing money. De La Hoya lost money on him. Turkey Al-Sheikh, it's not going to bring him back if he's going to do this again. It's not good for the fight game. You got to build your credibility. And I'm talking about the Schofield. That's going to follow him forever. It costs money for training camps. It costs money to promote these fights. And I also believe the promoters should always have a backup plan. If they're having a fight card in Saudi Arabia or wherever, in Las Vegas or wherever they're at, they should have a standby fighter in case another fighter gets sick or he doesn't show up. It happens. I'm not saying that Floyd Schofield wasn't sick. He could have been sick. Only he knows. But there was a lot of drama leading to this fight. And then all of a sudden he pulls out. What about the fans? The fan loses on this because the fan was expecting a good fight. So when they do stunts like this, if it's a stunt, if he's faking it, everybody loses. The promoters, the fans, the boxers, the opponent, which happens to be his opponent, which is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is lucky to get another opponent because he spends a lot of money on his training camp. It's a lot that goes into these fights to have somebody, if he's faking it, do something like this. If they do find out he was faking it, they should give him a 1-year ban, maybe a 2-year ban from boxing. Shakur Stevenson was able to secure another fighter that was waiting nearby from the UK. His name is Josh Padley, with a 15-0 record and 4 KOs. When they mentioned to him about the fight, he said, "Yes, I'll take it." He was jumping up for joy. He's getting a nice big payday to fight Shakur Stevenson. Plus, he's going to be on a platform where he's going to showcase his talent for future fights. And if Padley puts up a good effort, guess what? They're going to call him back because they like fighters that put up effort. They don't like quitters. They don't like people that's always sick or quit, complainers. They don't want that. They want people that wants to fight. They want boxers that wants to fight. So I'm glad for Joshua Padley for the UK. He's been working out. He's in shape. This last fight he beat, I think, Wes Chandler by a 10-round unanimous decision. So I'm happy for him. And Floyd Schofield, he lost $1 million. It just doesn't make sense how these fighters think. Let me know what you think about Kid Austin Schofield, his father. Are they for real? Is this fake? Let me know about Shakur Stevenson. And I'm glad that Shakur Stevenson was able to secure an opponent. He deserves it. And I believe that if Shakur Stevenson would have fought Schofield, Shakur Stevenson would have beat him up real bad, knocked him out. And Shakur Stevenson is having a problem with his hand, but I still believe that he would have knocked out Kid Schofield. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.